Self-love is the most radical form of activism because from it, all else flows. Here's the truth. Many of us weren't raised to love ourselves. Instead, we were taught to fit in, to perform, to prove. And so, the journey of self-love is one of unlearning, peeling back layers, and finally saying yes to who we are, imperfections and all. Let me be real with you, it ain't easy. But when you wake up to the essence of who you are, full acceptance brings a joy that is indescribable. Self-love in action, it shows up everywhere. The work we choose, the people we date, the food we eat, the boundaries we set. That's what this series is all about. Stories, tools, and reflections to remind you that self-love isn't selfish, it's sacred. I'm Nadine McNeil, Universal Empress, transforming lives one breath at a time. I cannot wait for you to dive in. Welcome back to the Self-Love is a Practice podcast series. Today, I'm going to be talking about self-love and you. What does it mean to be loving ourselves and what is self-love? Self-love requires acceptance, self-awareness, self-reflection, and the willingness to be vulnerable and open to ourselves. This is not a walk in the park, and I want to acknowledge you for even beginning to step on this path called self-love. As I said earlier, you will find that when you start to love yourself, honor yourself, respect yourself, set healthy boundaries for yourself, that's when your life begins to truly transform. So let's break that down one step at a time. One of the things I found when I stepped on the path to self-love, which for me, yoga was the gateway, I will come back to that later on, is that subtle but profound shifts started to happen in my life. I started to eat differently. I started to have different interests. Prayer and meditation became a daily part of my practice. I started to journal. I started to listen to different forms of music because self-love is a journey that works from the inside out. So, self-love, I want to make a very important point here. When we hear self-love, we think, oh, but that sounds selfish, and it's not. Because you have to be selfish to be selfless. We've all heard the analogy of putting the gas mask on self first before assisting others, even children. You cannot give to others what you're incapable of giving to yourself. If you're not taking care of yourself, then you cannot take care of others. And what often happens when we become what I call the dutiful daughter or a martyr is that you give and you give and you give and you give, and then you become exhausted, you become depleted, and then you become resentful. So you have to fill up your tank first. It is essential to your ability to give to others. And how do you do that? By loving yourself. So again, be selfish so that you can be selfless. Because when you are rested, when you are grounded, when you're energized, when you feel good, then you're able to give infinitely so. A couple of things I'd like to offer you. 3 tips to start practicing self-love. For me, one of them is start your day with a daily affirmation. I have a beautiful practice. It's super simple. See if you can stand in the mirror and just look at yourself and say 5 to 10 times, I love you, I love you, I love you. Notice what's happening in the body as you say that. When you start, it might sound ridiculous. You might feel like there's a tightening in your chest. You know, Yogi Bhajan used to say, fake it till you make it. Even if you don't believe what you're saying initially, keep repeating it. I assure you, one day it's going to click. And when it clicks, your whole world opens up and the game changes. Setting boundaries that honor your needs. So often we say yes when we really mean no. Make your yes a yes and make your no a no. Avoid maybe at all costs. Maybe and trying are the lowest forms of commitment, and what that does is that it leaves you in limbo. And when you're in a place of limbo, your energy doesn't know what to galvanize behind. Engaging in rituals, daily practices, daily doses. Before you even get out of bed in the morning, something simple that you can do. Say 3 things that you are grateful for. Take some time journaling. In fact, I'm going to take you back even before 3 things that you're grateful for. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 last time. Breathe in. And exhale. 3 simple breaths and you've shifted your whole energetic frequency. You're present, you're grounded, you're relaxed, you're open to receive and give. Then you can say your 3 things that you're grateful for. Maybe you journal. Maybe you just move the body by simply stretching. These are all simple things that you can do that are entirely about you. So, let's continue this journey, and remember, to love yourself is to become the most empowered version of you. And so it is. My name is Nadine McNeil, Universal Empress, changing lives one breath at a time. Namaste.